Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back by new NTW3 video. This video is from a live stream from Kingston. I joined the battle and I played on the French side because we're doing a 3v3 in the Egyptian core. So one side is France, other side is Egypt, and the game has begun. So what was happening? These mercenary Arabic units were marching in at the front, but they can't form square and the enemy cavalry attacked. So my ally sent over his grenadiers who are able to form square and push the enemy back. I sent over some cavalry reinforcements. So if the game is a bit laggy, I have some record problems, and I think my computer is getting outdated for this stuff. The other side, they are testing the waters, what they can do and what they can't do. The enemy cavalry has moved himself, and now my ally is going forward. I'm gonna speed up a bit because it's more like tasting the waters, but since this engagement that will be happening a bit more, especially because we are getting to see mass cavalry units here, almost 200 in one unit of almost 200 men. A big scary unit. If the game is now real laggy, that's big. A second charge, and second charge. Okay, but if you play fast forward, you need to move the camera around to make sure the game won't be as laggy if you just quit. I just gonna set myself here and just let the game run. It doesn't matter which, here it is, but it doesn't matter on which graphics you are, the game starts to become laggy for everyone. So if you're moving, it's the best way to counter that. And now it's, yeah, they are tasting the waters over there, here. Kinda tasting the waters and trying to do as much damage as possible. Even though my ally is preparing himself. I don't know why he's facing to the back. I don't know why he's facing this side, because I have this side. My sappers are real close coming in. Here are my other infantry, so I'm nearby, cavalry nearby, so I got this back. We will get our first cavalry engagement, I think so, because 3 cavalry units are set up here and 1 is going to on the flank. Dragoons and field general, I don't know, but enemy attack failed, and now this cav engagement will be happening. And now they're gonna be just one big massive cavalry battle. 3 enemy units were needed to break 1 unit, and even they lost 1 unit. My ally, given his flank on the back, especially when he retreat, they will mostly break the units. They retreated too early, so it won't. But I won't say it's not the units gonna attack, but they are from Egypt, so. My ally is trying to set up a defensive line. Still nothing going on now here. It's really a massive horde of cavalry. The enemy did some attacks but failed. And France hold the line, but they couldn't use numbers. They couldn't just do attack after attack, wave after wave, trying to break us down here. On the other side, the first contact has begun. They are just standing here and getting shot. Now the player realizes it. My ally is preparing to counter this attack. Because I think the attack has begun on this side, but with horses. Because it's not really tasting it if the combat is taking that long. Especially when the army of infantry is putting up a counter offensive. Cav attack after cav attack, and they are always losing. Oh my god. Well, fighting here is done, but on the other side is still nothing going on. Early stage of the battle is always slow pace. Oh, they are coming up. Wait, are these horse archers? I think they are. I think I see an arrows here. Yep, horse archers, they pop at their bows. Yeah, there's actually not real something going on at the moment, so I can't say much. Only thing I can say is that this ally is moving over troops to this side, and that my steppers are about to take positions on this crossroad. That's it. Here, just a bit of skirmish, just trading some they're trading some fire. That's actually it. It's not really like they're gonna try to push and create mass casualties on one side. Now I got some hair in my mouth, but now my time has come on to defend this crossroads. He's pulling back he's transferring all his men to the other front. And we have an advantage that both of our fronts are connected with a road. One unit of cavalry is breaking, so the enemy has started to attack. Because if a unit breaks in a firefight with infantry, especially cavalry, when it breaks charging the enemy, and that's infantry, that's probably when you start the attack. They break 2 units. Okay. We took 2 houses at the moment. That's right, we took this house and this house. We took 3, we took this house now. So we're doing good. And the tip of the day, I brought siege artillery, 18 pounders. Well, unless you're on a small map, don't use them. They are moved. This is regular speed, normal playing speed. They are slow. They are really slow. They're gonna be walking most of the game. You'll shoot a couple of rounds, but mostly walking. I've set up my defensive position on the crossroads. First attempt, and I'm now setting up my men ready on the road so I can move them wherever I want them. My ally is taking up, on this side, taking up defensive positions. He took the house and is now just shooting on the cavalry. Reinforcements have arrived, and it's still just a standoff. And I think we're shelling the enemy positions already. I think. Here are some howitzers moving. Damn, I'm tired. It's around noon and I'm tired as fuck. I did nothing. I think the enemy saw that my line exists out of sappers that are just 30 men strong. Yep, and they're gonna charge them. Man, it's glitchy. Now, as we spawned, I charge in my cavalry. And if you see this blob, I didn't notice that blob during the match. So now I'm pulling back my cavalry, and it's gonna set up 2 infantry units down here, because there will be a strong defensive line. What's going on the other side? Nothing. And we took all the 4 houses on the right side of the road. Like I said, I'm gonna put 2 units up here, and when they are set down, I'm gonna let my sappers retreat behind them, because I'm losing quite some sappers now. I'm retreating even them now. I'm losing quite some sappers around, and I don't really want to lose many more, so I'm just gonna move up units and change my defensive line. Yes, there will be some friendly fire, but this way I will save more men than when I just let them retreat. But now they go for my allies' general, but because their units are shit, they break. I think the player that was fighting me here, is out of cavalry, because There's showing up some infantry. Maybe there's some cav behind. I didn't watch the stream yet. I need to do it. I couldn't do it this weekend or next weekend. And we'll see. But he's bringing up infantry this early in the match, especially when there's only cavalry down here and no infantry inside. That means they are running out of units. That's my guess. Don't blame me if I'm wrong. As an artillery, I didn't saw that actually the terrain isn't flat down here. So if I set up my artillery down here, I could fire over my men. Because field guns are now shooting in a straight line instead of in a slow arch. Allied artillery shelling the enemy. Infantry dropped some volleys on enemy. That's really not much to say because it's the calmness before the storm. And the silence before the storm. I'm slaughtering. Fuck. Oh, I'm slaughtering way too much today. This video gonna be a slaughter not only on men and horses and camels, but also on words. But you can see on all the reds down here, the enemy is pushing up with a lot of units. Enemies preparing themselves. I'm trying to figure out a way how I can set up my artillery to shoot, and I will. I let my artillery stand here, and I'm gonna move my units to the sides of it, so it will shoot through here into shooting the enemy. There's not much to say actually, so I tried to fit. Oh my god! Enemy popped up. My ally is bringing his men back, and he's gonna try to prevent me getting outflanked and isolated. Because if that happens, I'm fucked. Because I'm the biggest noob of this team. I've hit some units in the back for some odd reason, and I totally overshoot the infantry. Oh, 2 hits, you saw the enemy flying. 8 men, 6 men. Well, quite some casualties. Cannons are a real pain in the ass to fight against, so if you see the enemy's artillery, try to take it out as soon as possible. Egypt tried to bluff with my ally to set up a line here. So my ally set up some line here, but that's plan failed because my ally is sending men through this gap in the forest. That forces the Egyptian army to relocate themselves. My game is freezing from time to time. I'm real sorry about that. This side, it's still calm. And you can see Egypt is actually wanting to fight down here. The units they have, and they're already prepared. And they have also a range of 15 more than other units. And I forgot about this. The enemy sneaks 2 massive cavalry units behind the enemy lines, but were met with some resistance. I formed square real late because that will give you a better defensive boost, a better defensive benefits, if I can say it like that. And we will have we'll lose more men just by charging it. But I'm really afraid about my siege artillery, who I'm relocating again. I have some men here because I saw the Egyptian army, so I set up my sappers down here. If I need to send reinforcement, I have some here. And also my ally was down here, so I wasn't really too afraid at that moment. I was more afraid of these 2 cavalry regiments than the entire enemy line was standing here before my ally arrived. And now the fight has begun. My ally is preparing a second line. Enemy artillery is shelling our position. My men are retreating. Oh yeah, enemy charged my artillery, my 8-pounder. I lost it. I'm sad. What's happening? I lost my artillery. Enemy shooting me through the forest. Allies fighting this battle. That was actually meant for me. Ally pushing the enemy back by going through the forest. And I had to force them to relocate. Enemy artillery shelling allied positions. Allied artillery shelling enemy positions. And enemy artillery shelling allied positions again. Yeah, that's actually what's going on at the moment. And then me being... me doing nothing actually. Yeah, that was a weak volley. That's a volley. Those are volleys, not what they did. Enemies are in the forest fighting me. I'm slowly but surely moving up, trying to counter them. Meanwhile, still these 2 horse regiments are still sitting here and freaking me out. And now they're trying to take out my general. Well, first they're gonna take out these 2 units and then gonna go for my general. The howitzer is shelling our position now. You could see it by the explosion of the shells. The enemy is even retreating further away. There's my cavalry breaking at the moment. I don't know why these units are retreating. And don't know why this unit is dumb. So now these enemy cavalry regiments are trying to take back my general. I charged in all my cavalry that I still had to buy some time for my general to go behind my steps and my steppers to turn them out and be able to get some volleys off. My last cavalry unit retreats. They want to charge my general, but they saw that I had steppers lined up to this. He still tried, but his units break. Then he gonna try to attack me in the back, getting shot from multiple positions, and he's wavering, so he retreats his man. But during the retreat, his unit breaks. But his unit will come back, but the player doesn't notice that. I think I know why they retreated. They have more range than us, and enemy artillery is shelling this position, so he forces him to attack so they get the first volley off. Smart. Like I said, unit comes back, but the player doesn't know. So I set up my steppers in a line, and I move them up bit by bit. And then, when I'm in range, I just let them shoot the enemy cavalry. Here's still nothing going on. Even more units that come reinforces from the 3rd army. Now we're gonna do the... Now my allies gonna follow them and attack them. Meanwhile, enemy cavalry is charging in those Arabic mercenaries who can't form square. This unit is firing deep. 3rd, 4th line was even shooting. That's not something you see a lot. Enemy cavalry attacking inside of the man, in the lines, creating chaos and disorganized line. The enemy is taking advantage of that and advancing. Meanwhile, this unit cleared the forest and I didn't know. I'm still moving up bit by bit, trying to get some volleys off on these units. Some more reinforcements have arrived. They did a smart job to form this grab and cavalry came in. And they will need to do it again soon. And they do it. Good job, even they are forming square. Are they forming square? They do. Yeah, they do. They will cause casualties by the enemy cavalry. And my ally is now going to reorganize his line, trying to beat the enemy. Oh, the artillery is a pain in the ass. Okay, 14 steppers just sitting here, getting crushed by cavalry. I will be surprised if anybody can escape from this. Six units? Oh my god, 6 units are able to escape. This is actually the most intense battle of the entire match. The battle that's taking place down here. And you can see it about the amount of casualties in the battlefield. Excuse me? My general's under attack, but he did lose any men, so I don't care. I'm actually shooting just in his back. I deployed spikes in case you want to attack me. I have spikes, so I feel a bit safer. And I'm shooting on his back. Enemy is really trying to break units, so he's doing cavalry charge after cavalry charge. And then going in with infantry, because a square formation is good against a cavalry charge, but it's shit against the infantry. It's good keeping this cav close, so they shouldn't break against this charge. So, excuse me. I have a cold. I'm testing corona and I'm negative. But smart player to keep some cavalry close to break both units. The line is reorganized. And I think they pushed the enemy a bit back. But we're losing quite some men. Both sides are losing a lot of men in this battle. They didn't form squares, so they probably will break. And they break. So 3 units are broke by 2 cavalry regiments and 1 infantry regiment. And now 2 units are facing up to meet them. At actually almost point blank range. Creating mass casualties, but that was the mass casualties. But you hit the balance of power of total war. Oh, and they couldn't do another charge. They couldn't break so much units, they couldn't kill so much men, and they will get so much units killed. You can already see that the aftermath of the last break that they did. They do it again with 1 unit, but the second one can form a square, and the infantry is on a retreat. Ooh. Can they form square? They can. Will they form square? No! They will cause 2 units to break. But they ran through the spikes, so they will get some units killed by themselves, and we lost 2 units. Those units were part of the reinforcement army of the 3rd army. And now the Egyptian army knew he got his infantry back, cavalry back, but this unit was way too late to form square. But they don't break the unit, and they just going to the other one to attack him in the back. And they break immediately because these housemen are in there. They are starting to shoot, and they form square just in time? Question mark? For 1 unit they did. For the other they formed square in time. But we lost quite some units just fighting this battle. I'm still standing. I'm starting to slowly move into the forest, clearing it. But I'm way too passive in this battle. The enemy is preparing for a second attack on player's house. And the fight here is slowly dying, and if you don't believe me of an intense battle, let the dead speak. And no, the battle isn't over yet. This skirmish isn't over yet. See, the person who still don't believe this battle was really intense. I don't think you know what those numbers mean. You don't play this game. You never saw this game. Losing artillery so early on is bad. Losing cavalry early on is bad. I've won. Let me see where it is. Four of my cavalry regiments broke. That's my general. But I got one cavalry regiment back. Yeah, I got one infantry regiment back. Now just charging the retreating units, making sure they won't come back. And I'm the only one with a real cavalry unit that actually is the general. So that's something big for our side. Because still have it, we try to keep it alive, chasing. I'm really slaughtering more than only man. But this unit is chasing the retreating units, just trying to make sure they won't come back. And they so that's the way we keep them alive and still making do quite some things. Now it's also some bayonet charges, and both sides are losing lots of men now. This is the most intense part of the battle, I think. If with this unit I would say retreat, go back. You won't be able to keep up the fighting. But enemies are popping up out of the forest, so what did they do? We don't know. And I don't know either because I didn't watch the stream yet. This battle is really just laid that in death of both sides. And I think it's safe to say that this battle was a decisive battle. Our second army, the army that this army of decisive, that army is almost entirely wiped out. The enemy army is fighting us. I think that army is also wiped out, if it weren't two armies. Oh, good job by forming square so late. I think forming square too late. I don't know. But I know one thing, this battle cost both sides too much for what we gained. We didn't gain a points or something like that, just we broke two armies, we broke them. That's actually it. But these kind of battles are more important to the end than they are at the moment itself. Like you see, most units are retreating. And now I'm even reforming my lines, setting my sappers, move them up a bit. Some of my units are standing here, put them up. I'm still basically checking the forest. So now I start to move up a bit. I set some units here because of these units. If you want to come flank them, I have some units here I can put up a bit more. And still, I have forest, so I will have really slow, but I will have cover, way more cover, so I can flank them real hard and they won't see me in the forest. Like you see, hidden, 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 not hidden. There, he's out of the forest. So now the fighting has really died out actually. And the fighting on this side has begun again. So we had the second wave on the left side of the map, on battlefield, so this side. Now the second wave on the right side, this side's gonna occur. And I think he ran out of units because he's charging just farmers that I picked off the fields and gave them arms. And oh yeah, we have some shitty melee units that are slaves. You can see that they are slaves. They barely have any clothing. And a lot of enemy units are popping up. More slaves, more shit units. Now the enemy is trying to clear the remaining of my allied force, of my ally. I'm now just moving my troops out of the forest, and then I'm gonna put both units up more up near the artillery. More here. Meanwhile, most of this army's forces are committed to this and probably broke. And I don't know what they have all left, what we can't see. So now I move on my sappers and set them to the right of this artillery battery. The artillery is causing quite some casualties. And I don't know what they are thinking, but these units, are they hidden? No, they are hidden. So I'm moving these units up now. I'm setting my men on this side of the road. I let them stay here and then just later on move them forward. I see them move through. I don't think these people like the slaves because, yeah, friendly fire. That really means that they have respawned, that they are not worth anything. And now they see that reinforcements popping up, even reinforcements popping up. So I think now this place start to think like, what the fuck do I need to do? They are getting reinforcements. I barely have anything left here. And you see that he's now trying to retreat most of his units. Because I think these are also hit. Nope. Units popping up out of the forest. So here's some lights fighting them. There are quite some units that are exhausted, so those are the units who are tired. Those are the units who are fighting in this battle, so the remainings of what remains of the original force, I think. My units are still fresh. They didn't barely or no combat at all. My steps are flanking these light units. And now I don't know on which are they fighting, but there's still more and more units coming on this side and flanking them. I don't know which they are firing. But the combat here is coming up. We have a massive unit of almost 1,000 men. It's just now the enemy is just on full retreat. So one French unit is coming to face 4 units, 2 line infantry and 2 light. But I think more is on the way? No, not at all. This is his only unit that's marching up. I don't think he knows that this is here. No, he knows, but they don't know. They are not hidden at all, so I think this play is more focusing on this side. No, the units are turning around. They are all just time to this side. And this is a result. Actually, barely any man died. Is he gonna go in for a charge? I think he is. I'm bringing my cavalry up and trying to do my part in this. Oh no, it's just coming closer, killing barely any man. Again. I guess why he's taking out lights, because lights have a longer range, better range, more accuracy, and they are pain in the ass to kill. Because they are so spread out, you will do less damage. And now we noticed he's turning this unit around. He's already breaking, they're turning him around, they're turning him around. They got their best time. Now they're coming up. Are they hidden? No, they're not hidden, but they're well. Yeah, but they are hidden. They're coming up again, trying to lift some pressure off these units. Of this unit, I don't think it will work. Oh. The French broke the enemy artillery. That's huge. Because the enemy was shelling this position, and now they aren't anymore. But you can see units popping up on this side. So that means that the infantry, the enemy ORC, just retreated and went all around. They are still standing here. I think just to delay us. I'm still coming over and forming my line. They broke these units, but I went in with my cavalry, broke this light, and I just get the fuck out of here. And now all reinforcements can be sent over, will be sent over from almost everybody except for me and these 3 units. The player of this army forgot he had 3 units standing here. And this is the army that originally attacked the enemy. That's the original army started to come through here. This. And this house. This through there is 4 units left and a general. That's it. What I personally would do actually now is just set your general in this house and let these 2 units go. Let them fight. They are fresh, so let them fight. That's the thing that I think on about now, because I was trying to get my ally to stop it, to make his artillery stop firing. Because the thing I'm now gonna do is set up my Separate Spring to the road and march him straight up to support this battle. And when the artillery stopped firing, ooh, good save. Not so good of a save. He dodged the first cannonball, but the second one he didn't. But when he artillery stopped, what they order now, I'm moving on my troops and go around. I go do this between this and go just around to, in case the battle takes on that long, to flank him around. Little update of my siege artillery, I'm moving them again. They could pop up some shots down here, firing on the horses down here, and that's actually it. Since then, I'm moving them again. Tired, fresh. Units are really tired and getting depleted. I have some fresh cavalry that are hidden. And my armies are moving up, and now the player of these 3 units, Menot Demet. My French is not too good, so I want to get better influence in French. He realized that this unit, they had 3 units down here, and now he's moving these units up. This blob of 1000 is really freaking me out, and not me, I'm not the only one who's freaked out at this. Our entire side is afraid of this unit. Just because of the massive size. And you can see the enemy was first fighting down here, and now they all pushed us back, but we are still keeping the house, and that's the most important thing. Enemy has still quite some cavalry left. So this army is outnumbered. So I'm actually the only wealthy army in the entire game, actually. You see that it's getting... From this moment, I think the enemy thought that they had won or were winning. I don't know, because these men are hidden. And I'm bringing up an almost 300 size unit over, because now I know siege artillery won't be doing anything, so I'm sending my men over. Oh, I'm charging here in general, I thought. In general, yeah, I'm breaking the general, but didn't kill him. I wasn't satisfied until I killed the general. And here we see just the unit that's already fought. Tired, very tired. And units who lost men, so that means they have fought already. Is this? No, that's not a general. He's trying to break this. And I think we killed this general. We did. Who? This was the general, and who was it? Josman. Well, Josman, good game. But Josman is the first one who has fallen. And now just the 1000 units moving up. And it's just really point blank range shooting and trying to kill as much men as possible. Oh, my game don't like this. It's really getting laggy, but I think it's just because this 1000 units. Or they can do boats can do a melee charge. I don't know who is breaking. I don't know who's gonna win. Well, it's charging in the general, so I think, yeah, what I want to say, the Egyptian unit's gonna break. Yeah, he barely has any man left, so the loss of each general won't be that big of a deal. Because actually, everything we can see is pretty much the Egyptian army. We have still a full-sized army. I lost cavalry, I lost artillery, but that's it. I barely lost any soldiers. And it's actually something. This one is about 1000. They are with 300, almost 300 men in this. Almost 300 men in this building. So it will be that is way too much. So there are men standing outside. So we can actually charge them in. Oh, another general going in. Wait, this isn't. These are two generals in there here, and one general died. Gringo. Well played, mate. Well played. The 1000 units broke. And it's just running away. And now you can now my units start to pop up. So now the last enemy general has fallen. But now I think, because my units are popping up, the enemy is starting to sweat. Especially when they see that my units are fresh and didn't saw any combat. Okay, so guys, my game froze. But the king has fallen. Kingston died in this massive blob fight. So now there's no chance that we will lose. They have no general, so their morale has a massive debuff. A real massive debuff. 3 generals dead. So they need to try to get the best things out of this. They don't have baronets, I see. Do the French have baronets? The French have baronets, so Egypt will have a hard time fighting without baronets. Oh, you saw the blood spatters. Now it's actually just the cleanup. My subs have arrived, not my units, not my unit. My unit is here. Okay. But reinforcements have arrived. My sappers are the first one to lift some pressure from this house because there are 5 units in there, 1 unit standing next to it. Sappers. General. I would put this unit out, mate. Check this amount. 12, 11, 17. I would also put this. These units, I would put them, actually, honestly, put them out. Set them up here. Or here. You know? In this unit, put them out. Make sure you have a bigger front line, they have to fight. The numbers are limited. You have the house, that gives cover. I'm here now. That will drop some pressure off them. They have arrived now as well. Well, they have arrived as well. I think that's same player, yeah. See? They've arrived, so you can really stretch our lines thin. Put this in. I know, we're still getting reinforcements. My general's now moving up. He can move this unit out as well. My siege artillery is still rolling up. Here are my reinforcements, walking, fresh, barely any casualties. And I lost my cavalry units. I charged them in this one, but they defeated my army. And now marching up. Let's see, they're charging because they have the opportunity. Oh, who will win? Who would win? Ooh, the slaves win. Shit, the slaves win. Here, slaves are losing. Good. They had to call in a regular unit to break this. Set them a little thicker, more guns. I've pushed 1 unit back to fight them. Yeah, they are popping already shots, so you see the men dropping. One of my saps is running, but I don't care. Now I started dropping, you see the blood. You saw them drop. And this is their biggest fault. Repositioning themselves. This is the biggest fault because my men are now ready, reloading, and you saw the men dropping. My men were ready, and they keep dropping and they break now and still stay dropping. So now turn it around, get them in there and shoot them as well. Everybody here is firing. My steps get now now this is the first time they get real combat. Six units in here, mate. Really, personally, I never max tier units in there. If it's a small units like steps, maybe a little more, and depending on how the situation is, I would put in more or less. But at least 1 max 2 in a normal situation. But now 6, come on. Put them out. Put them out. Keep your general in here, actually. Your general 1 unit, 11 unit, and the others push out because this is the battle actually. There's 1 unit over here, but you won't be able to get them out. It will say it's a draw, but it honestly isn't. We were fighting for the points, but the person set up the match forgot to set it in points instead of that match, so The mode is that we have to kill each other, but the game we play just for the points. And now my 300 unit is moving up. The fight is done, has already been fought, and now my men come up. But I will see you when we have the end screen. And now you could see the carnage this battle actually caused. And this battle was really deciding battle. If this battle wasn't fought, the game would definitely look differently. So when they pushed here the second time, if they did it here as well for the same time, they would definitely have hit us hard, real hard, because we had to split up forces. I'm the fucking biggest noob, so I'm the biggest noob on our team, so they probably will break us here. And then we see the amount of casualties already caused by an experienced player. Think about if they had half of the experienced player and part of my army. Then here they broke it very easy because almost no troops, so around half an army more troops. It would be painful and hard. And here we are. It is a draw, but we were playing for points, not to kill the other army. So I want to thank Sputler, Freerdust, Gringo, Josman, and the one and only Kingston. I want to thank all of you for playing. I want to thank you at home for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe, because we're now so close to 50 subscribers. We're 6 subscribers under the 50. So be sure to subscribe, because if we have the 50 subscribers, I will release in Discord. So if you have hit the subscribe button, good job, you didn't do it now, and hit the bell notification to stay up to date. And I hope I see you next time. Bye bye.